process. So we initiate the process at 6 minutes 30 seconds. And then we take a minute and a half to choose the guest GM. So there's actually only 5 minutes between when we appoint the guest GM and when the next event would start. 5 minutes is a fine amount of time, I suppose. Except I actually don't want it to... I want to give more time. I want to be generous with the amount of time that is given for this process. So, yeah. Well, so, right, okay, sorry. I didn't have to interrupt what I was doing here, because I can say, guest GM equals, guest GM equals blank, guest GM status equals 0. Yes. Yes. And then, so the thing that I was thinking of adding here is that if a guest GM misses their window, it's a little disappointing. Well, they already get their damper. They already get dampened. I was thinking I might double dampen them, though. Yeah. Yeah. So why not? So for li, yeah. Uh, if guest GM, or yeah, if guest GM status. So yeah. So if guest GM status equals 2, and guest GM in player set, because the player the oh no. Okay, so if get yeah okay. If guest GM status equals 2, then we'll be doing something. However, we'll be doing different things depending on whether if guest GM in player set. Guest GM being in the player set means whether the guest GM is present or not. If a guest GM volunteers, okay. Yeah, okay. I was like, oh wait, in the first place, like we should screen the volunteers for presence, like because someone can volunteer and leave before we even pick one, but we actually are already doing that. Yeah, no. If a guest GM volunteers, gets chosen, and then leaves, they're a jerk. That is a jerk person, and they're going to be penalized more harshly. Maybe that's the situation. Well, no, I won't go overboard with it. Ah, yeah, no, I won't go. I won't go crazy. Okay. I'll just set it up so that if I feel like being more punitive later. Well, actually, no. So yeah. So I mean, later or like at some point, I want to add in the recommendation system, and I guess that'll be a situation where I might want to. I don't know. Maybe it's fine how it is. Okay. So if guest GM in player set, then player dictionary index guest GM player dictionary guest GM dot verbosity damper, right? Times equals 0.1. I do want to be like a little bit strict here. If I set it literally to 0, then that would make it impossible for the player to ever be the guest GM again. And I don't want to do that. I just want to give him a little time to cool off, because it's a little disappointing. I mean, it's not so disappointing that we have to play a prescripted event instead of a guest GM event, but it's a little disappointing that that's an opportunity that could have gone to another player. So yeah. I'm gonna be very punitive. Because the other thing is, like, these numbers spring back up. Like we saw, these numbers spring back up really fast. So I can make this number really small, and it's still, I'm not actually adding that much time to it. Plus, well, actually no. Then the other thing is that actually no, I don't want to get too small with this because if I get too small with this, then it could actually be faster to leave the game to get this number to reset and just work your energy back up again. And I don't want to encourage people to do like weird exploity things. So yeah, okay, this is fine. Time. Well, no, I will do times equals 0.1 because that won't take that long to spring back up. Because this number, frankly, this number is probably at like 0.5 right now because we times equaled 0.5 when it was probably close to 1.0, and so this will put it down to 0.05, which, as we saw, is going to spring up to 0.2 something, 0.22 or something like the next time through, and then it'll pop back up to 0.5 the next time through. So it'll basically just delay it by like 2 events, which I think is fine. I'll do 0.25. This is such a minor point. I spent way too much time thinking about that just now. All right, so let's so the verbosity damper. What was the other thing? Oh, the timing. Right, that was the other thing that I had talked through, and I'd said that I wanted to change. So the where was it? It's right up here. So prompt guest right now. Yeah. So right now we're doing EV halftime event halftime. I think instead I'm going to do quarter time instead. So EV quarter time. Actually, I'm gonna actually, just in case I feel like tuning this number again, I'm gonna name it something different. I'm gonna call this like EV interlude time or something. So that way, yeah. Okay, so right, so we'll set it. I'll set it to like point two maybe, and then so EV interlude time straight is when we do say epilogue, and then EV interlude time plus actually no, I'll do 0.25. That should be satisfactory. 0.25. Say epilogue away. Prompt guest gems. Right. So yeah. So prompt guest gems that will happen at interlude time plus 120. So now what's the timing here? Now the timing here is so 0.25 in this is not 7.5 out. It's 7.5 plus 3.75. So it's like, let's call it 3.5. So like it's like 11 minutes out. It's a little over 11 minutes out, and then so we wait a minute and a half, and so that gives or that might be too much time. Yeah, because like if the GM is like snappy about initiating their event, yeah, I'll put this like 0.4 or no, 0.35 maybe. Not 3.3.5, 0.35. It's probably fine. If it feels weird, we can adjust the timing accordingly. Okay. So, yar. Let's now Um, yeah, was there anything else? Oh, the you're right. So the experience awardments or the awarding experience. Uh, oh yeah. Huh, excuse me. Huh. So I guess actually this is a situation where I have to keep track who initiated the event. Yeah, because no, that's not true. Regardless who initiated the event, huh? How do I want to do this? I guess I want to make it so that like the guest the so like the crowned chat GM. There are certain things that like the crowned chat GM can do to troll the game that that I recognize and I've been handling. Oh, I can help. I'm helping. I'm helping. Give me help. And yay, gold stars. Uh, yeah. So the reason that I'm okay letting the chat GM do some things that can kind of troll the game, uh, the like chat GMs can only or the crown chat GMs can only become crown chat GMs with my permission or with the administrator's permission. I being the administrator. Uh, or is it me being the administrator? I don't know. Whatever. Okay, grammar. If someone trolls, if I crown someone as chat GM and they troll it, they're just getting banned from the channel, maybe depending on how bad they, or they're just never getting the chance to be crown chat GM anymore. Oh yeah, actually that's a good thing to keep in mind. I should probably come up with a status like uh well, so if a player is just straight up banned from the game altogether, then they definitely shouldn't be. Yeah, okay, so that's something to keep in mind. I'll do that first actually. So the candidates list. Uh, so if player in player set and player dictionary index pi dot band. So if not player dictionary. Hey, congratulations, Sean, level 5. You're just blowing through those levels. So if not player dictionary pi band, um, yeah, I guess I can just ban players who abuse the system. Oh, you know what I just realized is that there's nothing to prevent banned players from participating in ad-lib events, which I think I actually will want because if a player is like saying inappropriate things in the game, then we'll probably want to ban them, and when they're banned for that reason, we'll uh, when they're banned for that reason, we'll want to uh, not show their text on screen because they probably have very bad text. Okay, so yeah, let's normally banned players, like if a player gets banned from the game, it actually doesn't stop them from participating in the game. It actually only stops them. Maybe I should change that. Maybe just make it so that if a player's banned from the game, they like just all of their like they just can't do anything. They're just like null. Yeah, because right now they can still actually participate in the event. They just don't get any experience for it. But like, nah. Well, it's like a weird condition. Because like in order to get banned from the game, you have to do something that. Well, yeah, actually no. Now that I think about it, like players who are using like really especially terrible language, won't just get banned from the game. They'll get banned from the channel. The only reason that we have the ability to ban players from the game is in case we want to ban them from the game, but not ban them from the channel. Because banning them from the channel is another way to ban them from the game, right? So, uh, so so maybe it is fine for banned players to uh, participate in ad lib events. Because like if the reason that nah, I don't want to open that door. So yeah, all right. So I mean, this isn't directly related to what I'm working on now, but I am thinking that now I will want to prevent that. I just don't think there's any reason to deal with that business. All right. So what is it? It'll be like act search, not the Twitter side. Oh no, I guess yeah. Actually, we want to do both sides. If cur ev adlib, uh, if cur ev adlib, then we'll say if oh yeah, actually, no. You know what? It'll just be way easier to just ban the player from participating in any action. So then a banned player basically just yeah is basically just banned from the game. Just basically like banned entirely from the game. Okay. So if tweet key and participation dictionary. Uh, so even before all this, um, so act search equals refind all. So maybe I'll just neutralize the act search. We'll just say if player dictionary index name dot band then act search. Actually, no, we don't even have to populate act search. Yeah, so uh, so if not banned, act search equals empty string or empty set, and then if the player is not banned, then act search equals refind all. Yeah. So now players can now banned players can't participate in events at all, and they can't contribute voice data either. So basically none of the fun stuff. They can still link their accounts though. They can still link and unlink their accounts. Is that gonna be trollish? So it can be like a problem, I wonder. Yeah, maybe I should just like case out this whole deal for banned players. Because like you have to be bad. You have to demonstrate that you're kind of a bad person in order to get banned. So um so maybe we should just not trust you at all. Okay, so yeah, let's do that instead. So we can get rid of this. We can undent this, kind of. I mean, we'll re-indent it in a second. So we'll do so we do add player Twitter tweet key. What's this tweet key business? Tweet key. Yeah, we don't have to. All right, so we'll do this check here, and then all this stuff. We don't have to do any of this stuff unless the player's not banned. Everything down to the try block down here. So all this is only for players who are not banned. And we'll do something similar for the so that was for Twitter, and then we'll do something similar for IRC. Basically the same thing. Although we'll probably get set up slightly differently. So yeah, so this else case. Oh no. Yeah. If not GM active and hail. Okay. So everything down to here. Yeah. Everything down to here. Starting where? I guess we'll put this like all the way starting from above like the GM commands too. Yeah, everything immediately after add player name. Indent all of that, and that all only happens if not banned. Okay. Banned is the value that we're looking for here, right? Sometimes I call it banned, sometimes I call it like privileges. No, yeah, banned is, yeah, okay. Good. Good. Goodly good. Good gourd. Sorry. I'll stop. Let's now figure out the experience thing, because I kind of just kicked that. I kind of punted on that earlier. I didn't really answer that question as to like what we do with experience. And is that the last thing? Oh no. Well, no, I guess yeah. I mean these questions are kind of related, and I don't know how they're gonna play out, but like there's the question of how we're gonna decide experience, and then whether we're going to distinguish between who created the event, because like let me think about what the advantages or disadvantages, or like what are the reasons that I would distinguish between who created the event. I might want to do that for the purposes of awarding, and that seems sensible. I don't know how I'm going to word experience exactly, but it makes sense that I would want to know who created the event, or like who's running the event in order to decide that. So then the other thing I could do is that I could have it so that the GM's commands won't collide, because like whoever creates the event is like the real GM for it. Although I don't know, I kind of like having like the other GM as like a safety net, like the chat GM, the crown chat GM as like a safety net. So like, oh no. I have to change a lot of stuff actually. Now that I think about it, yeah, okay. I do have to change a lot of stuff because. Oh no, actually, maybe this is automatic. Now that I think about it, maybe this is automatic because. Yeah, no. This actually is totally automatic, I think, because the yeah, the condition to conclude an event will not occur when there is a chat GM, but that's because we have this GM active tag to interfere with it. When we appoint when we appoint what is it? When we appoint a spontaneous guest GM, I might just call them guest GMs. I might not call them spontaneous guest GMs because that's just a little wordy and unnecessary. When we appoint a guest GM, we don't set GM active to true. It stays false. And so this is the only thing that prevents events from like timing through naturally. So yeah, okay. So what do we okay, so yeah, when we Okay, so when we do the hark thing to let a chat GM of any nature initiate an event, we'll want to make sure that we're setting the current event type, or this new event. So new event supertype, if new event supertype equals classic, new event type. Actually, I mean, we could just actually do this in the definition of the event. We could just have it so that event we could just have it so that in the definition of an event, the type initializes to free, because yeah, just so like if the guest GM does not, oh, okay, yeah, no, we do want to distinguish who initiates the event, because in the case that the chat GM initiates the event, oh gosh, yeah, no, I guess this is fine. I guess this is fine. Yeah, we'll initiate the type. We'll initialize the type to be free, and then I don't know. I guess that's. Nah, I want to let. Okay, so yeah, so it was just occurring to me is that I really need to do something. I need to do something. I don't know what I need to do, but so I want the type to initialize to free. So if the chat GM, if the guest GM fails to indicate the or just simply does not indicate the event type of the event, it will hey Trevanicus, how's it going? Welcome back. I I was just talking about how, like, what are the protocols for specifically with regard to event type. Um, by making the event type free. So yeah, so the guest GM has the ability to define the event type. Oh, one thing I want to do probably is like when an event was initiated by a guest GM, I think I want to add a little extra bit of time to the event time, so that way it so that the guest GM has a little extra bit of a window to declare the event type, and like the event, yeah, just for that window. I won't make the event itself longer. Well, I'll move back. I'll move back the mid time and the end of the event, but I won't move the end of the event even further than I move back the mid time. Right? There's no reason to prolong that half of the event. Yeah. Okay. Right. So, but to my other point of education, someone needs to know how to do something. So I need to be very proactive. I either need to be very proactive about teaching a guest GM. Whoa. Whoa. No. Something just occurred to me is I could have the GM I could have the candidates, the volunteer candidates, instead of using the action tag I to like volunteer, I could have them decide in advance their event type. So that the way you volunteer is to declare your event type. Um, hmm. How about them apples? Um, no, I like, so the reason that I might not want to do that is that, when I'm writing an event, I like to have the opportunity to change the event type. Oh, so maybe that's fine. Maybe they choose the GM in advance, or excuse me, maybe they choose the yeah, maybe they register an event type up front. Like they say, I'm gonna make this type of event, and they choose that up front, and then they have the option to change it down the line if they need to. I guess it's kind of weird. I guess, but I I don't know. This is a, this is all just a very different way of thinking about the game, and so I'll probably just try some of these things, and some of them will probably be great, and I'll love it, and then some of them will be terrible, and what the heck was I thinking? Um, um, well, so the other thing I was thinking is that if I have the candidates choose their event type up front, I could actually use that as part of the bidding system. Um, hypothetically, that means we hit a crash in the script. That means the script is crashed. Huh. That's weird. All right, let's stop the script and figure out what's going on there. It was going so well for so long. Oh, yikes. Hold on, wait. I need to re-deactivate the I need this new tech because it's not ready to roll. Like earlier, I was like, "Oh, it's totally gonna be ready to roll." The next time I start the script, nope. Uh, where do I go to do that? It's a prompt guest gems. Yeah. All I'm really actually gonna do is I'm gonna deactivate the prompt. So like it'll actually still be happening under the hood. I'm just gonna not have it show up. Because if the prompt doesn't show up, then yeah, it'll hopefully just like sneak by. Alright, so what the heck is this local variable tweet referenced before assignment? Oh man, I've changed so much code that like oh, did someone actually tweet at Trusty Bard, I wonder? Firefox. Like, was it actually trying to process a tweet, or... No. We haven't gotten a tweet recently. So why was it, so what's this reference to tweet that I didn't like? Yeah, so the awkward thing is that, like, it tells us, like, the line number of the crash, but it tells us actually what the line number had been when I first ran the script. It doesn't tell us what the current line number is. And so it doesn't point us to the correct line number or anything. This TWT thing, though, sounds legit. So let's look for the next reference to tweet. So tweet.text. Oh, yep. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yep. This is from earlier. I was like, this block of text here will probably be the same. Blurb blurb. And I just copy and pasted it from the oh, you crashed the script, Trivanicus. You crashed the script by saying luck. And it wasn't that difficult. All it was is that I completely broke the voice system. The voice system through Twitter probably still worked, but the voice system through yeah, I was sloppy. So no, it's not the length of tweet.text, it's the length of, I don't remember. Top clean or something like that. What is it? Where is it that we search? What is it? Yeah, what is it when we look up act search? where do we pull act search from? Because it should be the same place. Source split index 1. Yeah. Source split index 1, is that true? How do we calculate source split? Source split equals top split on source div lower. What is source div lower? Source div lower equals source div dot lower. Okay, good. Yeah, no. So okay, so that is correct. Yeah. So so source split 1 is what it's supposed to say there. Yeah, breaking the script is thumbs up. Well done. Actually, yeah, one thing that we talked about at one point, and I never actually did, but I might as well at some point, is I was gonna make a like there are badges that you can get in the game, and I was gonna make a badge for people who break the game. It was gonna be a bug badge, and the badge itself would literally look like a bug, like an insect, and so like when your character walked across the screen, it would look like you had like an insect on your face, and that would be your that would be your reward for breaking the game, is that you get a bug on your face every now and then. Or I could make it look like another bug. I could make it look like a graphical glitch. So if you get the game, you get an occasional graphical glitch that appears on your character. Oh, are you freaking serious? How long have I freaking been in Facecam for? You jerks! You're supposed to tell me if I accidentally forget to stay in Facecam. Well, thank you, Trivanicus. Oh man, I think I've been in Facecam ever since I looked up the link to oh cripes! I've been in Facecam for like an hour and a half, you guys. You jerks! You atrocious jerks for not telling me that I was in Facecam. I'm joking, but no, seriously, that's your job. I'll switch back to screen cam most of the time, but if I forget, it's your job. I mean, your alternative is that you get to just like stare at my stupid face for like a bajillion years. Oh yeah, awesome, awesome. Well, thank you, Trivanicus. Thank you for stepping up to the plate. Tell you what, if you ever want to see my stupid face bigger than you see it now, like in this context, I'll shoot you some selfies. Oh man, I don't know. I literally, like, I'm not actually like blaming people for that. I just, whenever I realize whenever it comes to my attention that I've done something so stupid, I just feel like such an idiot that like I defray my own feelings of idiocy by like blaming other people. All right, so so the script is fixed now, and let's try and run it. Actually, it's probably gonna crash because I probably introduced a crash at some point. So I'm gonna deactivate this real quick, just so I can test to see if there's like syntax errors. Yeah, of course there's syntax errors. So if name equals gem name, whoops, not mine is equals gem's name. More syntax errors? Of course there are more syntax errors, because no one likes equals. Equals is the dumbest. Equals is the dumbest. Whoever invented equals is a dumb person, and I don't like them. I'm just gonna activate away mode real quick to see if it'll start an event without crashing. Seems to be fine. Okay, so I'll reactivate the script now. So set this to true, and I don't know why I hit like Control S like furiously. I like hitting it once. I think is actually probably satisfactory. Don't have to hit it like the next 12 times. Okay, I'll slide this down here, and then I'll activate away mode just to make up for lost time. Yay. And then okay, so Wait, when did you say? Wait, what were the? So wait, you said you that people want to see code and not just my face, and I do remember that you said hi end of stream, but I mean you said hi end of stream a half hour before I ended the stream, so I mean, spoilers, I'm ending the stream in like 4 minutes. No, I'm not going to end the stream in 4 minutes. I'm going to end the stream in the near future, like once I wrap things up. But like, it is the end of the stream. So like, so that one doesn't count. What was the third way that you said it? Oh, so why the giant face cam? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you did say that too. All right. Well, it helps. Huh. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Well, thank you, Trivanicus. You are as always an upstanding individual and a an asset to this stream. If only I paid more attention to you, and if only you were here all the time. When I hire people for the stream, you'll be the first person that I hire as a full-time person who is here all the time. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm tired. Okay. So, yeah, what were we doing before the script crash? And I realized I was an idiot. It was, yeah, so like, yeah. It had to do with, indicating, who initiated the event. Oh, and I was debating the whole thing about like the event type. Oh, right. Yeah, I don't think I got the whole thought out, but like hypothetically, if I had players choose their event types, if I had like candidates or volunteers like choose their event types up front, I could actually like weight that event type into well no, so I kind of can't do this. Like I it'd be nice if there was a way I could do this. I could have it so that players chose their event type up front, and then I could pick and choose based on what event type hasn't been like done to death. I have a general sense of like how often a given event type should occur, and like for the most part, it's like most of like so like I think the way I have it set up now, it's like tilt type events are supposed to be like 40% of the events. And then like yeah, tilt type events are supposed to be like 40% of the events. And then like balance type events or even type events are supposed to be like 35-ish percent of the events. And then yeah, the luck based events are supposed to be the minority. So like I don't know. I mean, like hypothetically, I could make it like I could get draconian about it. I could make it so that like the guest GMs can't change the event type while the event is running, and they have to stick with the event type that they bid with in the first place. Um, oh, actually, you know what I could do instead? Hey, congratulations on leveling up. Uh, you know what I could do instead? Um, Instead of changing who gets chosen based on the event type, I can change the dampening value based on the event type. So if a GM bids, or I could do both even. If a GM bids with a popular event type, an event type that we want to promote or facilitate, um, then we can make selections based on that, and then if they change it to one that doesn't fit the bill as well, we can add extra dampening, right? Like because like it's not necessarily bad if they have to change their event type, but just to kind of as like a mechanism to like balance that out, then yeah, might want to do that. Um, now that it's not snowing in this environment, the background doesn't necessarily look like clouds. It kind of looks like a giant wall of snow. Um, which I think I actually planned on changing initially, and then I just didn't. um, oh yeah, I mean the other thing I talked about just the other day or was it yesterday when I was adding in the animated? Yeah, yesterday when I was adding in the animated environments, it occurred to me that I could add the snow back in by animating the environment layers instead of having like separate layers with the snow animating separately. So I don't know. You know, options, options and whatnot. Uh, yeah. Anyways, let's that'd actually be fine. I should totally do that. I should just put the snow back in using animated layers because it would add basically nothing to the project in terms of like complexity or intensity or anything like that. That would actually be really, yeah. I'm gonna do that, or I'm not gonna do it right now, but I'm gonna add it to the backlog. Uh, so, uh, so like put snow back in snowy forest as animated uh, uh, near ground, foreground layers. And actually, I could even put snow into the mid-ground layer if I wanted to. Because that's not just barely like like yeah, the old snow system used to be like relatively like really kind of expensive just based on uh like how all that was rendered, but yeah, no, the new system is a lot simpler. I still need to figure out why the frame rate isn't like up to snuff. Like why is the frame rate still so low? Like that's kind of annoying that it would do that to me personally. I feel personally slighted. No. Oh, yes. That part is intentional, Trivanicus. That is also a true statement that Trusty Bard is no longer participating in chat. But that I did intentionally. It was a difficult decision, but that was an intentional decision. All right. Yeah, so in terms of like the experience values and like indicating who initiated the event. Yeah, wait, actually how do I do yeah, sorry. How do I set the timing for the event? Because it might actually be that I'm not even setting the timing correctly yet. So event time, is it just called event? Yeah, event time. Uh, when do we set event time? Event time scale, blah blah blah. So yeah, event time equals frame time plus event duration. Right. We only actually do this if do now index 2 equals 2. But we actually want to do this also if would it be a bad thing to just do this like all the time? I don't think it would be a bad thing to just do this all the time. Oh, oh no no no. If I did this all the time, then oh yeah. If I did this all the time, then it would cause the events that I initiate through my secret control panel. It would cause those events to time out prematurely. But no, you know what I'm gonna do is so if do now index 2 equals 2, we're gonna say elif do now index 2 equals 0. We're gonna say event frame time plus of. Oh, we gotta do both of these things actually. Yeah. Right. Except the timing will be slightly different. Cur ev equals. Okay, we don't need to do that part. That part we definitely don't need to do. But this part we definitely need to do. So if cur ev supertype equals classic, schedule.append. So frame time, like I said, I'm gonna add extra time to mid time. So I'm gonna add like an extra like 60 seconds for the automated system. I mean, again, like if I change my mind and I decide to go with like the pre-registration system, what IDE am I using? I'm using PyCharm right now. Uh, oh, oh, you don't like that trusty Bard's not here? Welp. With stream delay not being the same across all people, some people will know about it before others. That's fine. There's no meaning. There's no meaningful distinction between timing in participation in an event. Uh, there's there's no. I specifically I just took that out. The thing about like I was yeah, one of the things I was thinking of putting in was like a race condition to like to have it so that like when people register to be GM, like there would be the tiebreaker would be who said it first. But I actually took that out. Um, you can say it whenever you want, and at the end we take everyone with the highest energy value, energy verbosity combined value, and we pick randomly from amongst the top group. So there's literally no advantage to having a shorter or longer stream delay. Uh, yeah. If you have a shorter stream delay, you can get a little more tactical about how the events play out, but like there's not really a situation where you can like put yourself above others. Like, I mean, the whole point of the whole way the event system works is that it's like a group strategy, right? So like the, basically it's like yeah, I guess like it's not bad to have a short stream delay, but it's not that bad. It's not like it's not meaningfully worse to have a longer stream delay, right? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, right. Oh, so I'm just adding 60 seconds. For starters, I'm just adding six. Whoops. What computer am I on? For starters, I'm just adding 60 seconds to both of these timings. And then if I decide to do the bidding system, like the locked-in bidding for the event type, um, I could change this. But I honestly like there. Although it feels like that would be a nice thing to do, it also I don't know. It'd be another big change. So maybe I'm ready for another big change. Uh, we'll see. Uh, okay, but for now, this is basically fine. I think. Yeah. Oh. Wait, the mid-time thing. Yeah. I can't. Okay, this I can't straight up do. Yeah, right. Okay, so no, this for this part I can't just go by if do now index to blah blah blah. I yeah, I'll just set up like another thing. Do now 2 equals 3. No, no, I can't do that either. So if do now 2 equals 0 and do now yeah. So if do now index 2 equals 0 and do so what is that? So this is for init event. How many? What is like the format for an init event command? There's the yeah. So there's the timing. There's the command. There's the uh, mode, and then there's the string. So I'll add in another command, another option, just in the case of init event for the chat GMs. So for an event for the chat GMs, which is here. So he's top clean. I'll add in a separate term for, oh yeah. So, sorry, so let's duplicate this line. And so GM name or guest GM. Actually, let's do this in the other order. Because we'll say if name equals GM name, then we'll do it as such, and then else. Oh wait, no, I'm a crazy person. We don't have to do it like that. We just have to say we can just do it with a single term, and right, because the term here is name, right? Yeah. Okay, and then yeah, so back down to init event, or up to init event. So when we check, we won't just check that do now index 2 equals 0. We'll also check that do now index 4. Because there we know, so because when we set do now index 2 to be 0, like when we do now index 2 is 0 in the case that it's a chat GM initiating the event. And when it's a chat GM initiating an event, we have this fourth term, or this fifth term at index 4. So if do now index 2 equals GM, not equals GM name, then we know it was the, well no, I'll be more deliberate. I'll say if GM, if do now index 4 equals guest GM. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right, because like it wouldn't have been harmful to set the event time, because this just wouldn't have evaluated. Like it would have just like landed with a thud. It just wouldn't have accomplished anything. Yeah, that's actually oh Trivanicus. That is exactly what we talked about. That is why Trusty Bard is no longer happening in chat. It's because I realized like there's no reason that a human needs Trusty Bard to speak in chat. Yeah, that was what put me over the edge. The other thing that occurred to me, like I'm actually very glad about this change, and it's actually something I should have done a long time ago, because I always talk about scalability and how I would, like, I'm making a game that, like, the game I'm making is intentionally playable not just by a relatively, moderate number of players, but hypothetically like hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of players. And in a chat channel with that many players, there's nothing that you can do in chat. You can't rely on Trusty Bard to say things in chat and for people to see things that Trusty Bard said in chat. Because chat's, with that many players, like, chat's just going to be like, like, it's going to go crazy. And so that's not a meaningful source of information. So I can't rely on that. And so I shouldn't, like, I've been leaning on it really heavily through most of the production process. Like, we didn't even add on-screen text until, like, a month ago, right? And so, yeah. The number of times I say has nothing to do with anything except the conceptual complexity of what I'm working on. So if you want to hear me do less of that, you'd have to find me doing idiot brainless work, and good luck with that. Or just like shifting topics is another way to get me to say a lot. So like distracting me with stupid chatter that has nothing to do with anything, that's another good way to get me to say a lot, because when I'm context shifting, I have those like moments. So yeah, do it as much as you want. Do it as much as you want. Also, shut up. I mean, I like you, Trivanicus, but as a general rule, people who harp on that are like cordially and like charitably invited to just shut up, to just literally shut up. So that offer extends to you as well. Um, okay. So yeah. So okay. So I think what we have here is like it's not done, but it's in a good stead. It's like I think it's actually like it's not perfect, it's not polished, it's not refined, but I think it's actually like mostly playable at this point. So I am actually going to call this a good stopping point. My last active streamer for the evening. I will find us another cool dev stream, and we can go be friends with them and their faces and whatever verbal tics they might happen to have. We won't make fun of them for it. We'll like deal with it. We'll just like be people. Maybe. I don't know. Crazy idea. Could work though. Um, so now I am back in Facecam. I am back in Facecam because this is the conclusion of the stream. So let's I'll find another cool dev streamer real quick, and while we're doing that, I it was an hour and a half, Trivanicus. It was an hour and a half of my face. You should be so lucky to get. No, I'm just kidding. Then okay, so yeah, so last thing before I go, I won't take an hour and a half to say it. I'll say thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for participating in this wonderful process, and for playing the game, and for just being generally cool people. It's just much nicer having you all around. So I hope to see you all again in the near future. And until next time, have a wonderful whatever time of day it is where you are. Bye, bye guys, bye, bye. All right, now I'm gonna type host. White sponge. Interesting name. And if that didn't work for you, I'm sorry, I have nothing else for you. Good night.